What's up, y'all? Big Red here, coming at you another Fallout 76 video on the channel. Hoping my fellow dogos out there thriving and surviving in the wasteland. You ever just wanted to be OP at level 50? Is it possible to be OP at level 50? Well, since the ghoul update, I'm gonna say yes it is, because as a ghoul, you can use your auto melee and especially the shredder, and you can have a build at level 50 that can solo the guardian with no legendary equipment and be able to take on any boss and be a valuable part of any team. There are some things you still need to grind for and things you need to put some time into, but you can come out with having an OP weapon even starting off the beginning of Fallout. And that's what I want to show you. So it'll be like a beginner's guide for the Guardian, but for a shredder heavy gun build. But we're also going to showcase several different weapons and show you other options to, if you don't got a pepper shaker that you can use as a mid-level player with heavy gun with limb damage. We will go off the platform, on the platform. We'll test several different shredder barrels to show you that the Accelerator barrel is the most powerful barrel, to prove that, because someone did make a comment. And I'm not the end all be all the Fallout, so if I ever miss anything, I'll be nice, I'll leave something in there, and let's help each other out. You know, I'm trying to help you out, and I work 60 hours a week, and I have not much time to play as you do. I'd rather put one video out and it's good, thorough, than 3 that ain't. So anyway, thank you for my subscribers. Thank you for the new subscribers, and I promise you, I'll do my best. I will never put nothing out knowingly that is wrong, but help me if I miss something. All right, let's just do this run real quick, and then let me show you. We don't got no legendary perks. And the build. We have no buffs. We'll go more over everything else later. That is everything right there. Armor, not legendary. It don't matter what armor you got. We'll go over that more in detail. Let's just get it started. We'll start with, for a baseline, a Furious Pepper Shaker, which is the best way to cripple it, with limb damage, action points off with the conductors, and with a anti-armor high-speed minigun with bash damage 3, strength, and pinpointers. But we'll also use a Foundation Vengeance in a non-legendary minute shredder. So we'll do all the options for you. But let's get right to it. Let's get a baseline, because I've tried to film this so many times I might have talked in like 8 minutes. Let's get our canned coffee, and I know we're all men, or we're women too, but we all like action. Alright, let's get in our power warmer. This is the quickest way. Being on the platform with the heavy gun, if you got the decent fire rate, high ammo capacity with limb damage, with one gun army, you know, it's definitely, and then switching to your auto melee, is definitely the quickest way to bring his shield down. Make sure when you run out of bullets that you don't keep pressing your critical button. Make sure if you run out of AP too. Alright, now let's get him. Like 16, 13, so we got enough. You don't have to have a lot of glow. You see where we're at? Look at that. Boom. Got us a baseline. So you saw, remember that number, like 16, 13. Sometimes it's like 1597. So remember that number. Remember how quick his shield went down. And I will say, on the mutations, it's important. Burbones is going to help you not have a thug landing, give you agility for your AP. Carnivore is going to help you, because those food buffs that you can get from your camp generators are only really carnivore, and they give you a lot of carry weight, AP, they can give you strength, and so carnivore for melee is definitely the way to go. Even though you're not being affected by melee damage, but your shredder, you're still benefit from the other carnivore buffs. Eagle Eyes, when you do use your heavy gun, you get extra critical damage. Herbitality gives you +3 when you're on a team, +2 solo. Extra special, extra strength, more damage. Marsupial for jumping, carry weight. Speed Demon for movement. Talons and unstable apoptote you don't have to worry about. Twisted muscles is for the limb damage, because the limb damage does stack with bashers, giving us another 75% limb damage, and one gun army giving us 75% limb damage. Radioactive strengths giving us 150% more damage when we got glow. That is the power of the build with bashers. You can see everything else. If you don't have a problem with a lot of weapons like I right now, what I'm doing, having a lot of weapons testing, you can put 2 more points in heavy gunner, but put it 1 in heavy gunner, 1 in expert, and 1 in master. That way you get 30% instead of just 20%. So you can move those 2 points over. Driving farmmates for your chems, concentrate fire for your getting your batch accuracy, get a little extra damage. Life giver for more HP, through hacker for your food. Bullet shield be important when we go off the platform. Fireproof for taking on your missiles, then tankiness for explosions. Tenderizer, you can get up to 100% extra damage on one target. Really handy with bosses. But you gotta hit them 100 times though. Stranger numbers to boost your rotation. Stabilize works with your heavy gun and with your shredder. Values included, cure of your ammo. All your gunslinger perks. Gorilla's only at 2 to make room for. That was Enforcer because we showcased the pepper checker, but Action Boy is where you want to do. You could put Action Boy at 2 and Gorilla at 3. Kind of potato there. These will help your heavy gun, help breaking the shield down when you're using it ranged. One gun army, like I said, for your staggering, for your limb damage. Ricochet for your range attacks, and faulty spots gives you 15% multiplicative bonus damage. So that's definitely what you want to have. This will be the base build for all the weapons as we compare them, and we'll go more on the power armor in a minute. That gives us a baseline. Like I said, you can use any different power armor. They don't really matter. I'm using Union because it's carry weight and the poison resist. Very strong effects. One of the better power armors in my opinion. 1 weekend of grinding expeditions, you can get this. Everything takes a grind and Fallout. Some things are worth it, some things are not. Union is worth it, promise you. All right, now let's come back with a different approach with a different weapon. All right, we're back. And this will be the first weapon. It's going to be 50 cal. We'll come back with a non-legendary 50 cal with a different approach, but if you're a more mid-level player and you don't have a salt pepper shaker, maybe you never got it, but you should be able to get access to a 50 cal. I'll show you. Let's show you real quick where you can get one out for a newer player for later when I use a non-legendary, and show you a vendor too. All right, Hermark Homes is where you want to go. As soon as you log in, you see you go toward that airplane, and there'll be 2 Jeeps. And the second Jeep, there you go. There is a 50 cal machine gun, free of charge, in the free world. And how does it work? Well, this is a Furious against that Crafton monster. You saw no problem at all. You'll be a good side weapon to your shredder. All right. So you see, very easy to get, attainable weapon. That's why it's the first on the list. If you put a Furious limb damage, minus action point cost, put a conductor zone there, to help with your AP staying in VATS. I didn't even put Prime on there in case somebody doesn't have it. I want to show you what you can do. You don't have to even have it Prime. Prime will give you more damage, and that's how I would do it normally. But I'm trying to do it to where maybe for stuff that newer players don't have. Do have heavy barrel, that's it on it. And the weapon is going to be a Foundation's Vengeance. We're going to start with Prime. Make sure I don't, because we're going to show you the next one will be Accelerator barrel. But Foundation Vengeance, this will be like a non-legendary. I do have one that is a non-legendary, but this is like a non-legendary. We're nowhere close to bloody, 0%. On the damage. We get nothing from bullets explode, nothing from the 3rd star, so we're just getting the shredder effect. So this can be gotten from the Foundation outpost right below Foundation. When you see the eviction notice, just jump in there, and even if you're a newer player, just sit in the background, try to shoot a few things, and even if you keep dying, it's okay. Just stay there to the end of the event, and it is one of the guaranteed weapons to drop. It might take you a couple of times to get it, but you'll eventually get it. You might find it in someone's vendor, but once you get it, you'll have a shredder. Now I know we don't got batch damage, but watch, it's still pretty OP. All right, so let's get to it. Let's show you everything. I mean, everything's still the same. No funky, nothing funky here going on. Nothing cancel anything. Still got the same. No legendaries. I'll do that every run just to, I'm not trying to do anything. Like I said, it does. This weapon does decently. Not as good as the other one that we will do, but it's not bad. We'll get our goo back. Let's get our coffee ready. Pass it up. It'll definitely hold its own. Well, barely got in there in time. I'm doing, like I said, we're doing this one first because I think it's the easiest to get. You can get it in the free in the world, and you can also buy it with caps. Let's see, it's not doing bad. I mean, that's not the pepper shaker. Remember, the pepper shaker, it benefits from limb damage, from one gun army, and from enforcer. This has just got the limb damage and one gun army, but it's still doing decent. I mean, look at that. We almost got his shield down, almost one clip. It'll be close. All right, got it down to one clip. Let's get our toxic goo. Foundation's Vengeance, here we go. 1135. That's still pretty good damage. Not as good as the anti-armor with the bass damage on there, but I mean, look, we're still shredding through him. And we don't have to be feral. That's another advantage of this build. You don't have to be feral like you do with an auto axe to get the max damage, so you don't have to worry about having a lot invested in your concentrated fire and trying to with critical savvy, trying to missing shots at the beginning to get your VATS accuracy to get up there. You can be just a normal ghoul and you'll be able to have good, decent VATS accuracy as a normal ghoul. So you saw that damage. Now we're gonna come back with the next weapon, and here we go. All right, here we are back with weapon 2. And this right now you can get from Minerva for like, what is it? Was it 400 gold bullion or I can't remember, but it's a decent price. It might be 500 gold bullion. But you can get it from her right now. Big weekend sale. She'll be outside of White Springs. Log into the White Springs and go to outside the refuge, and she'll be right there to your right. So you can get this weapon if you don't have it, and it's come a long way since it first came out. It's a lot better now. We got a Furious with limb damage, action point cost with a conductor to help with our AP when we're in bats. I did put a tri-barrel on, which gives us a faster fire rate. Not exactly. Faster fire rate's 114. That's only 109, but it gets you close to it and you don't lose any damage. And I put a prime capacitor because it's easy to, you can buy those mods, so they're not hard to get. And you should be able to attain those if you can buy the Gauss minigun. So even at level 100, 200, you can still buy this even at level 50 if you finish Wastelanders. So you definitely can attain this even even if you weren't level 50. If you had enough gold bullion, you could, but you'd probably be higher than that, so theoretically. But it is a good option if you don't have a pepper shaker to use. And we have our Foundation Vengeance, where we have accelerated barrel on it, so we're going to show you it gets more damage. We also can see we don't got nothing, no serums besides Italians, because Italians don't count because it ain't supposed to be on the build, but that's not affecting our strength. Company tea still for AP regen, and our cooked soft shell meat, squirrel on a stick. That's it. Still got the same. Everything else is the same. Loadout. We didn't sneak up and put anything extra in. All right, no hanky panky, nothing funky. All right, let's get out of our power armor and show you how good the. Let's get our coffee ready though. I'm thinking about it. I may I'll use slime cake on the next one. I'll pass it right up talking. And slime cake can be got from the scoreboard too, so as a newer player, a little bit of slime cake. We'll use slime cake on this one. Let's do that. It's just as good as coffee, even better for a ghoul, because it gives your, I got 22 of them, because it gets your It gives you more radiation than coffee does. Similar to birthday cake. All right, here we go. Yeah, the pepper shaker said nothing comes close to it right now. It's only going to get better with the next update. Let's do a little bit. That's probably enough slime cake, probably too much. Wait till he turns around. See, it's doing really good. Probably a little bit better than the 50 cal. Just right behind. Might be because of the explosions in it. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, let's get our toxic goo. Switch to our foundation vengeance with accelerated barrel. Look at that, $12.97. Did I say the accelerated barrel gives you more damage? I mean, that is cut and dry right there. No questions asked. I mean, you don't get no more cut and dry than that. So, all right, so we're back. We got a Furious Prime Gatling plasma. You can go not prime. I didn't change it back. You can do it with not prime and still do good. I mean, you'll lose a little bit of damage, but not that much. Like, I think 16 overall. But the thing of it is, if you got a Gatling plasma, look, I'll show you. If you don't know where to get it, let me show you real quick. It's right here in the hidden bunker in the White Springs bunker. Let's see. All right, fast forward at White Springs bunker. You gotta be Enclave General to be able to get there, so you gotta do that quest line. But as soon as you do that, you come in, go to the elevators. You're gonna turn left, and then you're gonna follow where it says the command center. After you turn left, it says command. Follow up to the brig and go up to the Modus terminal, and there you go. Gatling plasma and the plans. Alright, so you know where to get one if you're a newer player. You can get one, you buy with cap, so it's pretty easily attainable. You can get dropped from enemies too, behemoths and scorch beast, and it can be a drop weapon. I didn't put any extra standard core on there. I put a reflex sight. That's easy to unlock and get. So that helps with the AP cost, but I didn't put the calibrated a receiver on there. I didn't put a stinging core, swift. I kind of keep it kind of plain for a newer player. No 4-star on it. So I'll show you how good this cripples, and we'll start off with this one though, and it's not that good. Mainly, a good heavy. Most of these heavy guns that have a high ammo capacity, a decent fire rate, and a lot where you can just lock down and not have to have a bunch of reloads is really the quickest, way with heavy guns. I mean, I ain't saying this is the end all be all. So if you've got some other ideas and things to test it, let me know. But this is mainly just a combination of heavy gun with the shredder. Alright, so we'll show you those two, and we're going to use this right here, non-legendary, just minigun with a shredder on it with a standard barrel. You're going to see the standard barrel will have the same damage as the prime barrel, even the damage is the same as the accelerator barrel was, but there's something about the accelerator barrel that gives us more damage. So, and you see nothing has changed, nothing canceling out anything. We still just got AP bus, like I said, you can get easily from other people's camps. Easy build, low maintenance. And I'm gonna show you after this run. Let's just do this run real quick. Alright, make sure so you saw how good the slime cake worked. It worked just as good as coffee if you have it, and it's easy. Like once you get it off the scoreboard, you can stockpile up on it. I'm also use coffees. I got a coffee machine. I can stockpile up on that too. And you can too if you get a coffee machine. I think you can still get it with gold bullion. Somebody tell me in the comments you can get it from Foundation. Did that ever happen? Get a little bit of coffee, don't need much. And then we will switch weapons pretty quickly because you're gonna see how this is not that good. 50 cal was way better than this. I mean, that's barely doing anything. Switch to our Gatling plasma. That's better. That's better. No 4-star needed. Now, if you got a 4-star conductors on it, throw it on there. Until you can get to where you got reload. Until you get to where you got the pepper shaker, then you're going to have to utilize that. A little bit more copy. Then I would suggest putting the conductors on there. That's going to be your main weapon, the crippling. Or cripple anything else, even a flying creature. Alright. Ain't no gonna knock me off. Let's get our health back. Let's get our goo on. Let's get our Benet minigun. 1135. We're getting the same damage we were getting with the Prime. You can see non-legendary, no bash damage, and we're getting 1135. We were getting 1273, like 100 more with the accelerated barrel. Now, let's go real quick and let's show you 2 runs with the same setup, let's say as a level 50, but Feral Ghoul with the auto axe, fully maxed out, Furious, with all the bells and whistles, with the we'll do a tasty dish and a non-tasty dish run, so we'll have maxed out damage, and we'll compare it to the non-legendary shredder. Now here we are, we're back with Feral, and yeah, we're still like a level 50 with no, legendary perks, so it's gonna be not hard, but we don't got concentrate fire maxed out. We only got critical savvy at 1-2, but we'll still be okay. We will use the pepper shaker though, try to get the shield down, so we can compare the auto axe at this level compared to the shredder for a newer player, if you're gonna go that route. Now, the auto axe we're using this with the pounders, with heavy hitters, plus 3 strength Furious, so it does give us a 19 stacks with the loadout that we do have with all our onslaught perks. Still the same armor, everything else still the same. We don't got nothing giving us any buffs as far as strength. We got company T still, and we got our feral strength, but no tasty dish. We got our AP buffs, and that's it. Alright, we got our AP ready, we're gonna get our copy ready, just to give you a feel how powerful the shredder is, even if you don't have bash damage on it. There's a newer player, even if you just switch over to pepper shaker, reload, like even just with a regular non-legendary pepper shaker, shredder, compared to the auto axe that is going to be maxed out legendary. And we'll see just how good of a weapon this really is. Let's do this a little bit of coffee for the fight, because I didn't reload. So it'll take a second for our bats to kick in. There it goes. Now we're getting some damage. I'll reload. Alright. That's because we're feral, and also we don't got our concentrate fire maxed out, so we're not getting it as fast. If we had concentrated fire maxed out, we get to 95% faster. Be a little bit quicker. So you can do it, as a lower player. Let's reload. Here we go. Alright, now let's switch over to our auto axe. That's what we're giving with the auto axe, right? 938, 39, 940, 955, 960. We'll just barely got 1,000 there. We're just barely going to make it with the auto axe. Bam. So it can be done. But this is to show you how powerful the shredder is. When the shredder, I mean, we were getting way more damage. I mean, and it went by way quicker. If it was like 1,300, 1,200, 1,300 with a non-legendary shredder. So, all right, here back. We're gonna do one more run with the auto axe. We're gonna fully buffed. Well, I ain't say fully buffed out. I'm not taking no Death Claw Wellington, but I'm only taking stuff that affect the auto axe. We got Tasty Yahweh. So we're adding extra 170% melee damage with our feral strength. Everything else is the same. And we'll use the pepper shaker just because it's going to be quicker. And trying to do this as a level 50 player, but it definitely is possible. Get our coffee ready. I don't think I would change it. I mean, you don't have to worry about. I had to worry about carry weight, so that's why. If you were going to use auto axe, if you knew a player who didn't want to use a shredder, or the shredder gets nerfed, and watching this, and you definitely could take off Basher, and you could put on some more heavy gunner perks with that 2 points, and. If you don't worry about carry weight, I've got a lot of stuff on me testing and everything we're doing. So that's why I'm Arms Keeper. You can take those 2 points and move into heavy gunners. Alright, with all that being said, get our pepper shaker ready. So like I said, it's still possible, level 50, to do this. Now, not having a Furious Pepper Shaker does make it a little more challenging, or any type of Furious weapon. Let's get a little bit of coffee. But I wanted to have a comparison, comparing your auto axe to the shredder as a level 50. Make sure we don't run out of AP and we jump. Just takes a minute being feral. That penalty's pretty hard on us. We got him. We don't have to worry about getting glow back because now with a tasty dish we're getting 1,200. So 1,250, 1,260, 1,270, 1,280, 1,290. Alright. So with the tasty dish and being feral, it brings the auto axe up closer to the par of, not of a shredder with bash damage, but a shredder as a non-legendary. That's how powerful the shredder is right now. Well, here we are back. So this is the approach for your newer player. If you don't have any legendary weapons, no access to them, you don't have any yet that are good, you can't make anything furious. If you don't got anything furious, don't get on the platform, and it's just use this method. It'll work perfectly for you. There is another method we'll show to this, but it's my least favorite. But we're going to use a 50 cal. I showed you where to get the 50 cal at. Nothing special about it. Regular 50 cal, not prime, not nothing. You will need another set of another power warmer frame. You don't even have to be a complete, just a frame. And I told you I was going to show you where to get some power warmers for your newer players. Let me clip that in, and you can see. I'll fast forward it so it won't take so long. Now remember, you can use any power warmer. You can mix and match them. The reason you need power armor for this build, because power armor gives you plus 10 strength, and it's going to add, plus it adds power attack damage to your power attack damage, and it's going to make you super tanky too as a player with the built-in defense mitigation for resistance. So You can see we went to the drop site. The second place was at the Watauga Emergency Services. You can Google power armor plans and frames, and you can find them. But you can use any power armor, but even a power armor frame for this when you stack it on there will do. So yeah, you should be able to find yourself a mismatched set of power armor to be able to make this build work if you don't have any. Alright, we're back. So you saw where to get it. So we're going to want to, once we bring the shield down, let's explain like this. We're going to be utilizing bullet shield and ricochet. So we're not even going to have to really, our bullets are not what's going to be bringing it down. Those two cards are going to be bringing it down. We're just going to have to be firing at him. When we're firing at him, it's also going to help stack up our tenderizer to have more damage whenever we do go to put our shredder on him. Or your auto axe if that's what you're using. But yeah, so once we get his shield down, then we're going to come over here and you see that little lip? That little lip right there? That's what you're going to do. Then you're going to jump up there and then you're going to switch to your shredder. And then according to Wikipedia, it's like within 6 feet of that shredder, and that's pretty close right there. It works pretty good. So you should be a-okay. This way is not the easiest way. It's not about saying it's super hard, but you gotta be kind of quick about it because once his shield goes down, a timer starts, and you gotta watch out for electricity on the floor. It's just easier to mess up, easier to die this way. But this way, you don't have to have a legendary weapon. We're going to let the perk loadout do the job for us, and we're just going to be able. You'll have to be able to spam some stim packs to stay alive. Like I said, there's no troubleshooters, regular armor. Still nothing funky, nothing special. Still same loadout. No CERNs, canceling no strings, getting extra damage. I do want to take a Talons though. I don't want to lose AP over, because that shouldn't be on the build. So yeah, everything else stays the same. Let's reload. We just need to fire at him, stack up. We don't have to do no damage. We just want to stack up our tenderizer stacks and trigger our bullet shield. We're going to go over here. Remember, it ain't your bullets. We just want to keep firing at him to trigger your bullet shield. Like I said, this part, I don't do this a lot, so hopefully I can get it. But you can spam your stim packs while you're firing. You just need to be hitting him. Stack up your tenderizer, because you get 100 stacks on your tenderizer. Usually the first hit is pretty hard. You don't have to constantly fire, but you do want to get your stacks up. They don't expire, so that's the good thing about it. Their tenderizer, you get an extra 100%. It just does take a little bit more stim packs. That's the only thing about it. Got to reload. Troubleshooters does save your stim packs, I can tell you that. Yeah, we gotta watch out for electricity on the floor. Let's get our power armor set. Let's get our gun. Let's get our toxic goo. There we go. There we go. Boom, we got him. No legendary weapon, no legendary gear. You still got it done in decent time, so you can do it as a level 50. You just get back with another approach. Not my favorite. We can run around him and cripple him without even having any heavy weapon. It does take a little bit of effort, and you got to keep your glow up. So you have to stop. You have to spam stim packs and get your glow back on. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but I guess if you do it enough, maybe it gets easier. I mean, I just don't do it enough because it used to be instant, but it still can be done if you're a newer player, and that is another option to do. I think it's easier doing the bullet shield and jumping up there like that, but this is another option you can do. We still don't have anything. Builds, everything's the same. Nothing giving us extra strength or any extra damage. Still same loadout. But we're going to use a non-legendary. Like I said, the Foundation Vengeance is the same as a non-legendary shredder, but we'll use a non-legendary one.
Alert. Unauthorized personnel detected.
That's where troubleshooters really does come in handy when when you can get that effect on your armor, especially as a ghoul. But you'll be okay if you don't. Yeah, but I might even fast forward this and fast motion. Yeah, let's just do that. Here we are. I am fast forwarding. It does take a little bit of time. You just got to keep pushing around this corner. But when you lose your glow, make sure you get your goo back, because that gives you the power, that 100 extra 50% radioactive strength. And just keep chasing him around, keep chasing him around. Make sure you pay attention to your health, spam some stim packs, get some more goo. But eventually, you will get him down, and his shield will break. All right, this is another place you can go, or a place you can go. You get your minigun if you don't have one of the spawn points, General Steakhouse. And you can also go to the Burning Mine. This is 2 locations. You can Google locations of miniguns out in the world, and you can find them. But there'll be 2 options you can go to. General Steakhouse, easy to do. There will be some super mutants there, so you will have to kill them. You can also, if you haven't, you can get the plans for it really easily by going to the Brotherhood of Steel, which is going to be going to be right here, and doing a quest line. The quest lines will eventually bring you to a quest to the Glass Cavern, and you complete that quest through that Brotherhood of Steel in the Glass Cavern, and you can get the plan for the minigun. And questions like that, just Google it, and you'll find it. But you can come here and you can get one for free, just in a natural spawn point. Just come in the house. So there will be some super mutants, but they're not high levels. Come up the stairs. Turn your flashlight on so you can see. Right here is a minigun. So that's one spot. The next spot is so let me fast travel. Another spot is real quick is the Burning Mine. Alright, as we're watching the rest of this, so I'd like to say thank you for subscribers. Hey, if you got anything out of this, like and subscribe. Sorry it was such a long video. I just want to give some different options, especially for your newer mid-level players who might be watching this, or brand new players, to show you that it is possible at level 50, that you don't have to have anything legendary, and that you can use other things other than a pepper shaker, and you don't have to be on a platform, but you can be on the platform, and where to get certain things at. Just try to get some more information out, more detail, and compare it to the auto axe to let you know right now why it's the shredder. And you see you get a power armor here and a minigun there, so you can start off with getting miniguns, and you can collect them, and then you can scrap them, and like I said, and then you try to get the plan. I hope y'all got something out of it. I hope y'all thrive and survive out there. It's a Big Red. I'll see y'all in the next one.